What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. And it is Victory fucking Tuesday, chat. Victory Tuesday, chat. Hey, man, big Monday night football upset, like I called it. Me and my man Rio called the upset, man. Shout out to my guy Rio Robinson again, man. Much love. Hey, man, appreciate all the tutelage you've given me, man, as I've been starting this YouTube channel grind. Hey, but man, we won. We won. We came out victorious. We are now 2-1. We sent the Cincinnati Bengals back to their cribs, 0-3 ski, even though they was at home, but to their house. You know what I'm saying? So big W's, big W's, big W's, big W's, man. Hey man, I'm so excited. I wasn't gonna record this video until tomorrow, but I said, fuck it. Nah, I gotta get this off my chest now because guess what? We have officially knocked off the primetime game woes that we have had in this organization for a while, man. If y'all want to go back to the Chicago Bears, what they did to us on Thursday night, go back to Philadelphia, back with Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson, put up 57 on our head. Man, we actually came out and we competed and we fucking got the victory, man. Hey, man, before we get into my reaction, my post game reaction, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, drop a comment down in this video, man, so we can have some dialogue, man. How y'all feeling about the team being 2-1, upsetting the Cincinnati Bengals, who everybody, if you go look at all the analysts out there, everybody had us losing this game. Um, I had us going in for an upset. I was a little skeptical, but I still said, "Hey, man, I'm very optimistic about my team." So whenever I'm rocking with my team, thinking that we gonna come out victorious, and we did, man. So with that being said, drop a comment, man. Holler at me, man. Talk to me, man. My last video, man, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. The views on that, man, is at 300 views currently, man. 300 views currently. Big shout out to everybody that viewed the last video about my predictions for this game. I did say we was going to upset the Bengals, and we did that. We did that. Major upset, major upset. All right, man. So with that, man, we going to go ahead and get into the game, man. I'm going to pull up the box score for us, and we going to talk about, man, offense, defense. I'm going to be giving out grades for, everybody, offense, defense. I might even go down into position grades and just give my grading system for last night's game, man. It was exciting. It was uh it was a long time overdue, man. I think we can officially say that we got our franchise QB after last night's performance. There is some things that Jaden Daniels still needs to clean up and get better at. I think he knows that. I think the rest of the fan base knows that. And yeah, man, it's just exciting to see how he, overcame some of the missed throws, getting sacked or, not hitting the receiver that he wanted to hit. Terry McLaurin finally had a breakout game last night. Two big receiving catches. One for a touchdown to pretty much put that motherfucking nail in the coffin on the motherfucking Bengals. Sent them to sleep. Sent them go ahead packing. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. Jaden Daniels, man. We gonna start off with number 5, man. Our QB, my guy. The guy said we was gonna draft number 2 overall. I was a little skeptical because it was a lot of Drake May talk. Nothing against Drake May. Think he's gonna be a phenomenal QB in the league, but right now I'm speaking about our guy, the Commanders quarterback, Jaden Daniels, man. 21 for 23. And if you go back to week 1, week 2, he still was efficient. His completion to his attempts to completion was still similar. I think it was in the 80s the last 2 games, or like 70s and above. So 21 for 23, 254. I said he was going to get his first throwing touchdown. I did not know that it was going to be to our offensive lineman backup, Trent Scott. Big shout out to Trent. Big shout out to Trent, baby, for catching Jaden Daniels' first throwing TD. I said he was gonna get it. He got it. He ain't get one, but the motherfucker got 2. And this is I'm gonna throw a jab at my guy. He's a Commanders fan, but he's still on the reserve side right now. He said his prediction was Jaden was gonna throw 1 or 2 picks, man. I almost hung up the phone on him when we was talking before the game before Monday night. I almost hung the phone up on him, man. But yeah, man, big two TDs, and he also had 12 carries for 39 rushing yards and a TD. Man, we had three guys score rushing TDs. JD, we had Austin Eckler, man. Hey, I hope you are good. I heard you had a concussion. You won't be traveling to Arizona this weekend. Hey, man, major prayers up to you that you can, recover and get back on the field. B Rob, and even though he had a subpar game, he only averaged like 2.1. They was actually stopping the run very well when um when B Rob got in the game. I think that was kind of like the ultimate indicator that when we see number 8 in the game, they're gonna run the ball. So I expect Cliff as the weeks progress, start running some of that play action with. And he actually did have one play action, I think, where it was a play action or it was just a swing route to B Rob when he got out and got us a couple yards. Now you got to start using B Rob as a passer too, because now defenses are starting. It looks like defenses are starting to pick up and cue on when number 8 in the game, they're running the ball. And I would like to have seen him get outside a little bit, run some stretches, some tosses, but I think I only seen like one or two. There was minimum game, but at the end of the day, you can't just make him an inside the gap runner. You got to actually get him outside. He can do it. So he only had 33 yards. Austin Eckler had 3 carries for 35. He scored. I think his injury came from a non-scoring injury, but it was a run to the right, I believe, where he got hit. And but yeah, man, prayers up to Austin Eckler, man. I hope number 30 come back ready to bump. I have much confidence in McNichols and I forgot the Wiley. I think that did we sign Wiley back? If we sign Wiley back, I like those two guys to come in and what I'm saying, help give B Rob give some plays also he can get back rested. Man, let's get to the receivers, man. Let's get to the receivers. Big Terry, Scary Terry, number 17, man. Our number one receiver. Terry McLaurin, man, speaking up, going all the way into the week, man. It was, and even the last 2 weeks is, hey, man, we gotta get Terry involved. We gotta get Terry involved. But like I said in my last video, man, I think we're doing a beautiful job with letting Jaden Daniels, um, grow into his being an NFL quarterback. Like taking it slow. We're not trying to put too much dip on his chip. Let him, just progress slowly. We ain't trying to throw everything on him. And I think last night was the night because we seen as the game progressed, JD stayed in that pocket and he was making those what analysts was, putting question marks about him throwing in between, in the middle of the field, in between the numbers, throwing anticipation routes, throwing the deep ball. They say he was inaccurate. He did miss one. I think Terry could have had two, man, but he had 4 catches, 100 yards, and he got that game sealing, TD. Which, hey, if you ask him, he said he went to Cliff and JD and said, man, just trust me. And JD responded, hey, man, I just trusted him and let it rip. And he put, man, that's like one of the best balls I've seen any of our QBs in the past 10, 15 years throw, man. And RG3 had a beautiful deep ball, too. I'm not going to take that away from him. But that deep ball, he actually stood in the pocket. And if you go to the play with Terry McLaurin, beat the safeties going to, I think he ran a deep post, it looked like. But the safety had failed. And you saw JD, you saw 91, I think it was Henderson, 91 that was bringing pressure to JD. If JD just stands in there, and like he did with the last touchdown, he take that hit, I think that's 2 TDs because he was ass naked. No diddy. He was ass naked. And that would have been 2 touchdowns. That would have put us up. But I am very, I am very happy with our offense and how we've been able to capitalize last week against the Giants, man. We got down there 7 times, kicked off field goals. This time we got down in the red zone. We scored on every fucking touch, like every time we got down in the red zone. And that's except for one. Except for one, I think we had to kick a field goal. And we'll talk about the kicker later because one of my homeboys did make a comment. And he asked me a question during the live yesterday. Do we got our kicker? But I'll save my responses for after. But yeah, man, we got down there in the red zone and we scored. We threw 2. And we ran in there 3. So we got 5 TDs, with our offense. So if I had to give my offense a total grade, man, they get an A+. A+, big A+, big A+, big A+, big A+ for my guys on offense. JD, A+. A+. I gotta give him his A+. He ran the ball well. He did take a couple of hits. But again, I don't care. Like the hits that he took was, hits that we needed to get yards. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to kind of see it. And then the one he did, RPO, got outside. He put that foot in the ground. It looked very Michael Vick / Lamar Jackson. I'm not glazing neither one of those quarterbacks, but my boy stuck that foot in the ground. Got little 59 up out of there and cut up. And guess what he did, y'all? He did what y'all thought that he couldn't do, and he slid. He slid. So let's now throw away all those. Can he slide? Do he know how to slide? Why we didn't bring nobody in to teach him how to slide? Look what they did with other, mobile QBs that didn't know how to slide. He slid. So he's showing you that he can slide. The dude is just a motherfucking competitor, man. He's going to try to do his best to help the team win, and I think that he did that. That was like, I was like, oh snap. I said, okay, JD, you got a little wiggle, you got a little get out of here, Slim. That was a great run for the first down that we needed. And before I go into the rest of the grades, I'm gonna give Cliff Kingsbury an A+ too, man. A+, big Cliff. Hey man, you called a great game. You was gutsy. We went forward, I think, 3 times on 4th down, which I haven't seen our team do in a while. If that was the old regime, we kicking field goals or we punting the ball. Simple as that. But Dan Quinn allowed Cliff to call big 4th down plays, and JD on 2 of those, I believe, 4th down, man. I'm talking about got the ball out quick. He saw what he saw. He made the read, and he got the ball out. Now, early on in the game, I seen some of those moments where it's like, man, do he see what's going on down the field, or is he just automatically thinking run first? And I saw some of that, but I saw him calm down and kind of settle in the pocket. And a big A+ to the O-line, man. They did an amazing. Let me give y'all a round of y'all applause too. Big A+ to O-line, man, for blocking for JD. I think he only got sacked twice. He only got sacked twice. I'm looking at it. And the QBR, 93%. I think he set the record for highest QB rating, which is phenomenal, man. And again, like I always said, during the offseason, man, you want to stack these wins, stack these good moments, these great moments, and build upon it. That's what turns a shitty team, which we have been over the years, into a great team. And now with that being like now you got the win against the Giants. It was a close, ugly, grounded win. You know what I'm saying? We, capitalized, and we showed that we could put up 30 points on a good defense. And we pulled out the victory. So again, A+ to Terry, A+ to JD, A+ to the O-line. Zach Ertz, I'm not gonna go around each player, but still some of my A+ guys. But overall, offense, coaching, the whole shebang, A+, man. Big A+ to the offense. And now, I got all the good shit out the way. Now I gotta talk my shit about the side of the football that I live for. I live for defense. I love a defensive team. I love the defensive side of the ball. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a heavy offensive guy. I love to see us get stops. I love us to see us arrive violently, knock a nigga head off. Excuse my language. Get turnovers, force fumbles. I just want to see that gritty, nasty defense, man. And this, I'm not saying it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not saying it right now, and I cannot lie to y'all and make it seem like I am. Our defense is Pooh Buddington. It looks horrible. And we had moments where we got stops. I think we only got 1 stop this game, maybe 1 or 2. We held them to field goal, so I'll count those as stops too. I think we got 2 or 3 stops this game. And what it has shown me is that I want us to be aggressive. I want us to blitz. I want our cornerbacks to actually make plays on the football. And I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. I'm seeing guys playing trail technique versus playing, hey, I'm going to try to make a play on this motherfucking ball, man. And the first, coming out the gate, man, I was like, oh, shit, here we go. But this time we had the rookie playing outside cornerback, which I was happy to see him get out there and get some bump with, a top 5, receiver in Jamar Chase. But how he got beat was just horrific. You already playing 5 to 7 yards off, man. You ran 4.3? I think you ran a 4.3 in the combine. 4.4, 4.3. You let this man literally run at you. You didn't get your hands on him. You ain't touch him or nothing. He just ran right past you. Like you was in like you just got beat, flat out beat. And I understand you're a rookie, so I'm not gonna put too much on that. But it was just like, why are we leaving number one in single coverage? He should have a blanket. And I said this during my live, right? Number one should have a blanket over him. Simple as that. All game. Make Joe Burrow beat us with throwing it to his tight end Gesicki and throwing it to T. Higgins and company. And number 80, I don't know who he was. He caught a touchdown. I don't know where he came from. I don't even know who he is. But I'd rather get beat with those guys than to let their ace get off. And he had like what did he end up with? He ended up with 6 catches, 118, 2 touchdowns. He beat our rookie for 1. He beat our best corner for the second one. And how he got, and I know it was late in the game, and I know some of the fans go, "Oh man, Al, don't be overcritical of the guy." Man, hey man, we had to give up. We had to give up something, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like giving up those type of touchdowns when it's 38 to like 27. Like, no, like this is when I talk about defense, like, nah, y'all not about to score on us. Fuck that. We're not about to go into this. Yeah, we're gonna play a slight prevent defense. We ain't gonna let y'all this. But when they went 0 and left him 1-on-1, he just got cooked. And he was there. And all I'm asking is, if you gonna get beat deep, giving up a touchdown, turning around and trying to make a play on the ball. That's all I want to see. And if I get to see that from him, all right, I live with him getting beat by Jamar Chase. It's Jamar Chase. Like, it's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? He's like a top 5 receiver for a reason. Like, the dude is legit. But again, I just don't like the Joe Witt calls, man. I don't like the Joe Witt defense as it speak, and that goes into like the run defense. We're playing this wide gap, defense where we just leaving the center to just take off and get to our second line of defense, which is our linebackers. But our linebackers ain't meeting the center at the snap of the ball. It's like we wait for the center to come to us, and then we try to brace for the brace for the center to hit us, and then we try to fight them all. No, man, if they're leaving that center uncovered and letting him get off to the second, our linebackers, whoever our linebackers is whoever's will be playing gap control on that type of defense, you got to meet him at the snap of the ball, man. I'm sorry. So that your D tackles can, get inside and help you out. And I think I only seen Frankie Louvu do that once out of the whole game. I don't understand, because we are getting gashed. Like, I've never seen our run defense this bad. I'm just being honest. I've never seen I don't know if it's the technique. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the players. Some of it is the players, because we, again, have an issue with tackling. And I just don't know what else we can do. I don't know if it's putting some players on the bench so they can just realize that, hey, we paying you big money, right? Like Deron Payne, I'm not calling you out, Deron, because at the end of the day, you made a hell of a play. A hell of a play beating that guard inside and getting to Zach Moss. Finish. And that's what I've been saying about you since week 1. I just want you to finish the plays, bro. If you start to finish some of these plays when you get there, I'm shutting the fuck up. Like, I don't expect you to have 10, 11 sacks, 4. I don't expect big stats from D tackles, but the moments, if you want to be feared as a Aaron Donald or Chris Jones, some of these top D tackles, premier D tackles, and you're getting paid like one, I need you to finish. Jonathan Allen, the same thing. Like, I seen him fight inside, fight off, but it's like the finishing just ain't there. Let me see, how many tackles did he end up with? Jonathan Allen had 1. Deron Payne should have had at least 3 or 4. He should have had at least 3 or 4 tackles yesterday. Now that leads me into the sacks. We only got 2 sacks on the night. I don't see the DNs getting any pressure, man. And I don't know what the scheme is. I don't know if we're just playing containment. The first play that I think that they had, Joe Burrow, man, he had a wide open gap. I mean, I could have ran out of that gap and got 5 to 6 yards, and I'm slow. In fact, I could have got that. Like, it seemed like, I don't know who it was on that outside. He rushed so wide. It was like, oh, that's a gimme. Thank you. 7, 8 yards. I said, God damn, we just got cooked for 7, 8 yards off of that. But big shout out to the big moments. Our rookie Javante John Baptiste got his first sack, man. NFL sack, appreciate it. That's a 7th round pick right there, getting pressure on the ball and getting a sack. Shout out to Dante Fowler and I think he combined with a sack with Lawrence Armstrong and Dante. Yeah, they gave him a half a sack. But those are moments where you like, all right, let's build upon it. Like, let's continue to try to find ways to beat these tackles and capitalize on these sacks. Let's find a way to turn the ball over. I think we only got one turnover this season, which isn't the defense that I think Joe Witt and Dan Quinn envisioned. But again, also I think it's still personnel. We need to continue to build upon the personnel that we got. So I'm not gonna put too much onus on it. But I must say, Jeremy Chin, hey man, you played a good game today. You tackled when you were supposed to tackle. I don't know if you heard so my content and it made you play better, but I hope it did. I know you probably didn't see me reacting to how horrible you've been playing and us potentially looking at some other guys that might need to get some playing time. Noah, it was a play that I think Zach Moss had cut it backside and Joe Burrow stepped up into the hole and blocked Noah. Hey Noah, hey brother, we don't allow QBs to, bump us like that. Hey, run straight through him. If he want to come up and block, I said this on my line too. I said, no, you got to knock his head off. You got to make him know, like, hey, bro, don't come out here and block like that again. But again, hey, it is what it is. I take it. Man, if I had to give the defense a grade, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll give them a C minus. C minus because when it mattered, they played bend but don't break defense, and that's what gets me to. I don't know if that's the true vision of Joe Witt's defense. Is, hey man, you might get down into the goal line, into the red zone, but we holding you to 3 points, so we getting a turnover, and that's what it looked like last night. It's like when it mattered the most, and they got down into the red zone. Yeah, they scored 2 touchdowns. I believe, was it just 2 touchdowns? Did they run one in? Yeah, they scored 3 touchdowns. Well, four touchdowns. But it just seems like it's a bend but don't break type of defense, and I don't like bend but break. I like fierce, violent defense. Like, hey, we gonna turn the ball over. We gonna make your quarterback fear for his life back there. Like, that's the type of defense I like. So I'll give them a C minus. They held up when they were supposed to. They got stops when they were supposed to. They held them to field goals when they were supposed to. So with that being said, stop saying Emmanuel Forbes is the problem and he needs to be cut because, quite frankly, none of our cornerbacks, and I'm going to keep saying this shit until we actually get some DBs. I'm not saying he is the guy, but stop putting out this narrative that he's the only one that's getting cooked in our DB group. Because right now, everybody getting barbecue chicken. Everybody's getting barbecue chicken. And I'm gonna leave off with this. Hey, I think that we still have communication issues. I still seen at times where DB's still trying to find out where they're going. Like, it was the Zach Moss run to the right, and they motioned Jamar Chase and Benjamin St. Juice motion with him when Noah was already over there. He's waving them off, but Ben is not even looking. That's communication issues. Like, that's like Noah yell, hey, go back. Because guess what? He could have fit that run right there. I'm not saying he got to make the tackle, but he had a moment that he could have, if he would have stayed where he was at, he could have stopped that from being a 15-yard gain or 8, I think it was like 5 or 10-yard gain to like being a 3-yard gain potentially, maybe 4 max. But again, I think we still need to work on our communication. We still need to tackle better. Like again, Deron Payne had that stop in the backfield, man. That would have been a A. All right, I think he's starting to turn that corner. That rust is officially shooken off, but it's all good. And then also, man, I just hope that we continue to play aggressive cornerback play, man. We got a big one against Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh, and that leads me to special teams and what my man said in my live. He said, "Do we finally have our kicker?" I'm not saying yes until the end of the season. So I'm on reserve. I'm on reserve until then, man. But major shout out to the Washington Commanders, man. We got that W. We fought. We were resilient out there. We made plays when we needed to. Hopefully, we can capitalize on this and build upon it. We got a short week. Let's get ready for Arizona. Your boy will be in Arizona for the game. I will be there. So I don't know when I'm gonna drop a video. I'll probably drop one Thursday right before I leave. I fly out Friday. So yeah, I'll probably drop my prediction video on Thursday. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, for running up that last video. Let's run this one up, man. Let's get it to 500, man. Let's get it to 500 views. And man, shoot for 1,000. Let's shoot for the start. Let's run this video up to 1,000, man. Hey, big W's in the chat, big W's in the comments, man. Victory fucking Tuesday. I'm out.